Welcome to the Social Psycho Podcast, where we take a look at issues affecting the Black community from a psychological and sociological point of view. My name is Boonie, and I'm a writer and creative genius.
Hello, I'm Dame James. I'm a music producer, and check me out.
Van, are you away?
She on mute. Yeah.
My name is VANJALYN.
I'm Brent, your favorite special ed teacher.
Oh, your job different this time.
I'm Nadia. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm a Jill of all trades.
I love that.
Thank
A
you.
serial entrepreneur, a Jill of all trades. I like that. Today,
I try to spice it up.
Today, we're going to talk about dating in our 20s and 30s. You don't have necessarily got to be 20s versus 30s, but, just talk about our experience with dating. And of course, since we look at things from a psychological and sociological point of view, I'm going to read some stats or whatever, maybe like one quote off an article just to start us off. So, on Psychology Today, according to social researchers, online dating has produced some of the most profound and widespread changes to traditional courtship that have been seen in decades, namely its effects on fundamental interpersonal processes. And in an increasingly commoditized dating landscape, these changes are not always for the better. According to online dating coach and founder of ProfileHelper.com, Eric Rensnick, I have trained the newest generation of single adults to look at online dating as more of a video game than as a viable way to make a real connection.
Mhm.
That's strange. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you look at it as a video game?
Yeah.
I can't speak because I did the same thing in my 20s.
Wow.
Not you being ahead of the curve. We are in the process of redefining how humans communicate and potentially how we fall in love. Relationship expert and author of Bad Advice: How to Survive and Thrive in an Age. Ooh. Why are they so negative? Why are they so negative? Okay. As a sociologist, I was most interested in the connections between the individual needs and aspiration these advertisements reflect and social culture influences like to have shaped them. I was especially interested in the human qualities most highly valued by those looking for a long-term partner. I came to the conclusion that the seamless compatibility pursued by the experts and those they seek to help is a fantasy not altogether different from the romantic yearnings of the past, which has found expression in many novels. I was especially struck by the characteristics American disposition to embrace conflicting values and desires in the course of looking for someone, and especially the unstated belief that all good things are compatible. Most of us probably agree that in traditional societies, personal fulfillment was not a high priority in mate selection, which used to be governed by many restraints and social pressures. At the same time, it appears that modernity, freedom, individualism, and the pursuit of happiness have created new difficulties and unintended consequences we have yet to better understand and master. So basically negative.
So basically, all that said was social media is fucking up the dating
Yeah.
game.
Basically, it's negative. It's like it's not the same. People aren't really looking for long-term commitments. It's just let's just see what I can get out of this person. Let's just see.
Yeah, we got a whole different. Everybody got a different objective, and it's because of social media.
And I think it's really because a lot of people we don't trust each other no more. Like everybody thinks that somebody is out to get them. And the reason why they think that is because they're out to get somebody. And it's like, if I'm looking for this and that, then so is this person. If I'm cheating, so is that person. If I'm doing this, so is that person. Because people have gotten so used to not being real or whatever, they expect everybody to be the same way. And it's weird.
No, so yeah, that's true. But even sometimes a dude could know he got a good girl at home. But them temptations when he's strolling online, seeing all that, especially if he got money, like like what they would call a high quality dude, like a dude who earned more than 6 figures and got his own car, his own company, his own place,
Men call them high quality.
multiple properties and all of that.
Yes.
Like he could have a good girl, like a woman who asks him, like, babe, stay home. And he still will probably go out because there's just so much at him.
No, and also because I feel like that's when you're a rich person, that's kind of like a part of the rich experience as a man. You get the money and stuff like that, and you get the women.
Well, you get
that's a part of the rich experience.
Because you can pay to play.
Hey, but let's take rich out of it. It's still the same temptation because of that social media.
Yeah, but I feel like when you got more, you get more. So you get the dudes who rich that I guess you're not really satisfied, but they're out there pursuing different options. But you get the ones that don't got nothing. They on the internet mad because they can't buy nothing. They ain't got nothing to attract nothing, so they mad.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of
go ahead.
Okay, I was about to say I want to kind of go back and comment on like dating, how the internet has dated nowadays. Basically, I feel like internet dating is more easy because being on the internet, you can be whoever you want to be. You can portray whatever lifestyle you want that person to feel like you're living. So it gives off this illusion where you have all these options, but you really don't. Because when they finally meet you in real life,
that's so true.
Exactly, and see who you really are, all those options go away.
Right. And you do have people, a lot of people, they do have their mindset like, look at all these options. Why would I just settle for this?
Exactly.
And you really don't got them options.
Right.
Exactly.
Like,
and yeah, a lot of people do feel like that. I don't know why, but yeah,
because social media is like like you said, you can create whatever you are and you can be whatever you are. And people really believe that they're the I guess you could say avatar that they create on social media. They really start believing that that's who they are. And that's why they feel like that.
Yeah.
You got all these filters. You could put on. You can go to the hair store, buy some gold chains. Look like somebody. They got real paper money.
But the women that go after money, they know your chain fake. So don't even try that.
Right? Yeah.
They know your chain fake. So don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Online dating is fucked up the psyche of a lot of people. A lot of people
not even necessarily online dating, but just social media. Like not even just online dating, but just social media. Because I don't think everybody do online dating.
Well, yeah, social media, as people think, social media has caused what I like to call the great pretend. Everybody's pretending to be something more than what they really are. Like
exactly.
Like you can. Great example. I know somebody from my hometown. You would think that they're the shit on social media. They're living it up, but hey, bro, like this garbage, you can take yourself out. Like, man, what you doing?
Everybody probably knows somebody like that too.
Yeah, but
it's a lot of people.
Like, for real, I know a lot of people too.
But it just amazes me and stuff like that how far people are willing to go with a lie to give a false sense of reality. Like, it's crazy. And you see kids, young teenagers having mental breakdowns because they're not far in life of what they're expected to be at. Like, that shit is crazy because of social media. Like, they think if they're not rich by 25, then they're a failure. Or they think that they're not rich by 35, they got to kill themselves and all that type of weirdo shit. Like life, like social media is fucking up a lot of things.
It's crazy that media is about flexing. You know?
Yeah, it's play. Like you pretend. But I feel like the kids, like they look at people like us, we in our 30s, like it's like that there is that rush, and they feel like when you turn 30, you're old and you need to sit down and nothing can happen. You need to sit down. You can't pursue certain things because you're older. So it's like it's a lot of ageism that happens on social media. And
Yeah.
that is weird. And to me, I feel like y'all need to sit down. I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
I'm older. Like this is what people in our age group is supposed to be doing. You need to chill.
Yeah.
Companies don't help that either, though, because those that get recruited from social media you do have to be looking at an age gap. I was listening to a creator on TikTok just yesterday talk about how she can't even really tell her true age on the platform because they will immediately knock her off of being able to be a content creator.
That's crazy. It's
Oh
like,
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
you actually have to be in a certain age range for you to start making money or being taken seriously and being able to continue doing what you're doing. It's almost like the same thing with modeling. Like, yeah, there's a age thing with it, but at the same time, you have to have a certain look. If you have that look, then the age ain't really a big, issue. But once you start
Right.
hitting a certain age, they're looking at you like, all right, you're too old. We need something young and fresh.
Like basically, like if you're not there by the time you're like, if you already got that and you're like in your 30s, I guess it's more acceptable. But if you ain't there yet, but you trying to get there, it's like it's too late. You need to sit
Have
down,
a
grandma.
Exactly.
And that's weird. That's so weird to me. Because I was just thinking, like, when you think about the rappers and stuff, the stuff that they rap about, and then you realize that they're like 17, 16, 17, 18 years old. And it's like, why do you know that? Why are you going through stuff like this to rap about? Like,
It's because the people that control the industry, and we getting off a whole different topic, but the people who control the industry, they got a agenda, so they want the people who rapping to rap on a certain grade level, which is be like a second, third grade level. That's why much of the music, if you pay attention, is like ABC. Dot 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 dot
I
dot dot.
hate it. It's so nursery
It's,
rhymish.
it's part of programming. Yep, it's part of the program because they know that's who the people they're trying to persuade, if you will.
Gotcha.
That's their target audience.
Basically. Mm-hmm. Okay, so to get things back on track, our first segment is what's your theory? Like, what do you think about dating in your 20s and 30s? Like, what's your experience? What have you learned from your experience? And I guess I'll go first. I'm gonna be real and say that I have no experience dating. 20s, I had a long-term relationship when I was in my 20s. After I got out of that, like I just kind of chilled because I needed to. And I'll say this, I had a boyfriend, but I don't feel like I've ever dated. Like I'm one of those people that just get into relationships. I don't really date around, figure out who is like the best, who compliments me the best and stuff like that. I just kind of meet somebody. If I gravitate toward them, I kind of, okay, I'm gonna pursue this and see what happens. And then if that doesn't work out, then I chill for a little while, and then I might find somebody else that I'm interested in. Like, I'm not really one of those people that date a bunch of people at the same time. It's a lot. It's hard for me to do it for one person. So dating multiple people at one time is difficult. I can't, like, it's not me.
That made me want to ask the question, not to interrupt your but I feel like that made me want to ask, like, what is dating to you? When does it turn into say, I'm dating somebody?
Like, I feel like dating is getting to know somebody, right? Like being put in different situations with them, like so you can kind of see who that person is. Because I feel like if you go from talking to somebody online, on the phone, whatever, to getting into a relationship, you don't really know. You haven't, it's kind of like you got to get data first to see if that's the person for you when you're put in different situations with them. Like, for instance, if we're going out, I get to see how you treat like the waitresses, the people that serve you. I get to see how you treat them, and I get to make a judgment whether I feel like you're gonna be good for me or not because of how you treat people. If you invite me over to your family, I get to see how you are with your mom and stuff like that. Even though a lot of people, they don't do that. That has been completely taken out of dating now.
Gotta do that.
You really don't meet the family, and I think that's one of the issues too. Like, you don't really meet that person's family like ever. And I feel like, to me, dating is being in different situations with a person, like somebody that I'm pursuing. We're going out, or I'm around you in your space, you're around me in my space, and stuff like that, and we're getting to know each other. But I feel like now dating is just talking to somebody, like texting them consistently, talking to them, maybe going out for a couple of times or whatever. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, the first thing you explain make it make sense why you said you can't do multiple people at one time. But the second thing, you definitely could do a bunch of texting different people at one time.
Yeah, you could do that, and I've done that, but you don't really get to know people. I haven't gotten to know somebody in a while, because people don't really have conversations. It's just like, hey, how you doing? What you ate today? What you do today? Good night. I hope you sleep well. That's it. And then the next morning, good morning. What you got planned for today? What you ate for breakfast? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What you doing? What you doing? That's it. And then that's it.
Yeah,
like, you're not even really getting to know me by doing that. I realized know my schedule.
At 30 though, I realized that with even with texting, not even with dating, because when you dating, you get more of a leeway. But when in the texting stage, in our like older age, I realized you can mess up fast, and somebody can mess up with you fast too.
Yeah, you gonna mess up fast with me.
Your patience is just lower.
as soon as I see that you ain't got no conversation, you done. I ain't even want to talk to you no more.
In my 20s, I used to put up with that because I was texting different people, and as far as dating, I've dated different people like back to back, and I can definitely tell you it was just because it was just something to do. I wasn't looking for anything. It was just something to do. Somebody asked me on a date. All right, cool. We hang out, and then it's like, all right, whatever. This didn't go where either one of us thought it was gonna go next, and keep it going like that. Nothing was ever serious, but
huh? I said that's when you go on a date. We went on a date.
Yeah, we went on a date. We didn't do multiple. We talked for a while. We went on a date. It didn't work. Kept going. The people I did date, it was texting, like a lot of texting, getting to know each other, and then going on dates, actually meeting family members and parents and crap like that. And it was fine. Those times that I did do that led to, I guess you could say, they led to 6 months plus relationships. I really don't count that as a long time because I've been in relationships for years at a time. So 6 months.
These days, 6 months
really
is a long time, bro.
Right, which is confusing to me because when people say we've been dating for 2 months, and I'm like, that's it. Like,
yeah,
that's it. That's still the talking stage to me. That's still getting to know each other.
Guess what?
Until
I feel like I can trust you, I ain't going nowhere with you. You gotta make me feel comfortable.
I feel like until you've been talking for at least 2 years, it don't even matter.
I mean, but I feel like things move so quick now. Like, it's like you auditioning. I told Van, I'm like, I don't think I'm made for that. Like, if you're a dude and you got a roster, take me off of that joint. It's not gonna work. Because like I'm not about to do circus tricks for you to prove that I'm the one for you and all of this stuff. Like, first of all, I forgot that me and you was talking.
Exactly. I've done that.
Like, you
can have a roster and then be like, oh snap, I forgot you existed.
Exactly.
But it's not something like I never put myself in a situation where it's like those people who do have rosters, but then they get mad that the other person is talking to the people. I've never done it. I'm like, I don't expect you to only be talking to me because I'm not only talking to you. I don't expect it.
I'm
Unless
definitely
we are
gonna ask though.
exclusive, I don't expect it.
I'll be like, you got a roster? Where I'm at on that? Cause take me off. Take me off because it ain't going no further. And I feel like when you are dating a lot of people, you don't really get to take the time out to really see who these people are because you're juggling. You going from person to person. This person gets boring, then you go to the next person.
If you got a bunch of people you juggle around, it's a motive. It's like a motive. And it's probably not the right motive.
Right.
Boredom was the motive.
And like Van said, when I was in my 20s, it was the same way. Like I would just talk to people, and then I started getting tired of men, and I just was like, let me just stop talking to them for a while.
I legit changed my phone number in the middle of talking to quite a few people at one time, just because like I was tired of it. And to change my number, like I changed underwear, so it was nothing to me to get a new phone, new number. And I still have people to this day that hit me up like, hey, we used to converse back in the day. And I'm like, I don't remember you.
Exactly.
I don't remember you. Even bother. I don't remember you.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's a hard thing to do, like to date a bunch of people at one time. And like I said, if I'm on your roster, take me off. It ain't never happening.
As someone who's a serial dater, who's had multiple relationships, I'm not a player, but I do crush a lot.
That wasn't believable at all. All right.
But
serial dating.
Dating in your 20s and 30s is like walking through a damn minefield. You gotta watch your step. Like you gotta navigate through that minefield because the wrong step, it could blow every fucking thing up. You know, you just got to be very careful and be very mindful. And you know, I've had 3 serious relationships. All of them went to hell. But a lot of that had to do with after the dating phase and stuff and meeting the families and stuff. You know, those were the signs that I probably should have left a long time ago. But you know, when you love somebody, you try to hang in there a little too long, and you stay a little too longer than what you were supposed to.
Amen.
So you know, everybody just trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure it out. When Boonie was talking about the rosters and stuff, shit, I'm guilty of it. But the one thing about me was always, you know, hey, look, you're not the only person that I'm talking to. I don't care who you're talking to. That's none of my business. But you know, when you and I decide that we want to take it to the next level, let's sit down at the table. Let's have a conversation. You dead, whatever you got going on, I'll end what I got going on, and we can make something work.
I really and truly don't believe that that's how it happens.
Yes, it does.
If you're single and you dating a whole lot of people, it's hard to drop.
No, not dating. Talking to a whole lot of people, dating a lot of people.
For certain people, not always, but for the majority,
I think this goes back to our last conversation of ghosting.
Oh, you talking about the very first episode, Van?
I'm gonna wait till my turn.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish your. Go ahead. That's Nadia. Go ahead and finish your. What you call that girl, India?
My bad.
Go ahead and finish what you were saying, Nadia.
No, I'm gonna let Brent finish out, and then I'll go. I'll say my piece.
Brent be having a story time.
Like you sure you want to wait on him?
Okay, well, Brent.
I wasn't even about to say nothing. How dare y'all come for me?
Okay, so I'll say this. Being that I'm still in my 20s, I'm in my late 20s now. My early 20s, I got into a long-term relationship, but prior to that, I felt like I was a serial dater. Like I would date multiple people, but it would be a limit. Like say it'd be like the maximum would be 5. You feel me? The minimum would be 3. I couldn't just talk to one person because they're annoying. I can't do it. I get annoyed very fast. I'll cut them off. I'll get bored.
Boring. Like it'd be so boring.
Yes, that's why I can't. Like I just, when I was single, talking to one person was just like Boonie said before. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Like, what you ate? You slept good
I
at
mean, y'all
night. Get
basically. I
off
mean,
my
it sounds like to me and
phone.
stuff like that. Y'all basically talk to guys who don't know how to, who
Stop
don't. You know what
trying
I'm
to
saying, the art of
talk. Stop trying
conversation.
No,
to typecast the
It's
guys that
no,
we
it's
talk
not
to. We
like
talk
that.
to different guys. You
Yeah, being
cannot.
a woman.
There is no way possible that you're gonna keep talking to us the same type of dudes. Stop doing that. No, we were talking to different types of dudes, and they all were
Exactly.
boring.
No, what I'm saying, no, what I'm sitting there saying is stuff like that. It sounds like it was kind of generic. Like, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Like, it seemed. What I'm saying is stuff like that. Like, did any of them have great conversation? Did anybody keep y'all attention? That type of stuff.
We
I
just
mean,
said that they didn't. Like
Well, I
it
couldn't
was.
really hear y'all because my microphone. But okay,
It was really. It was boring. Like I
Okay, for
said.
what
me,
bores y'all?
the ones that weren't boring, the ones that were, they weren't people who, they weren't men I was actually trying to date. Like, hell, I wasn't trying to date nobody,
be
but
with. You wasn't
they
trying to be
weren't,
with.
yeah, they weren't people I was trying to be with. They just ended up being like long-term friends, or if they weren't friends, they actually did end up being long-term relationships. But majority of them end up being like lifetime friends. Those that were actually interested. The other ones, like she said, the ones who was like, "What you doing? What you doing?" Those got dropped pretty quickly. I can tell you that now. Those got dropped almost immediately because I cannot, for the life of me, stand small
Me
talk. I
neither,
never
bro.
have, never will.
Well,
I cannot stand small talk.
well, I'm back. Well, I'm backtracking. I'm going back to what Boonie and stuff that was saying. What Boonie said about generalizations. I was generalizing. No, what I'm sitting there saying is because this is informative type stuff. Because you got some guys who do that shit. They don't understand that what caused them to get ghosted.
No,
yeah,
what I was saying was there because you said y'all it seemed like y'all talk to guys that
I wasn't generalizing. I wasn't generalizing you, Van, or anybody like that. What I'm
I
saying,
ain't
I'm
saying
talking
you
about it as
was
a whole because you're
generalizing
not the first.
us. I'm talking
You're
about
not
the
the first. You're not the
dudes.
first woman I've said. You're not the first woman I've heard say that. So what I'm saying is, could you just elaborate on it? Because there might be somebody who like, damn, I be saying, what you doing? What you doing? I don't want to get ghosted. Let me see what I got to do.
Basically talk about something. Stop asking me close-ended questions like what you doing. There's one
yeah.
answer to that. If you want to have a conversation, ask open-ended questions.
Well, you gotta
Like,
let me.
what
I
are
feel
you
like you gotta
working
let me.
on?
You gotta
What are
let me
you
take you.
working on right now? You know, I'm a creative, I'm a writer. What are you working on right now? How is that project going? Take a real interest in my life rather than keeping it surface level, asking me what I'm doing every 10 minutes.
I
Right.
noticed that it's mostly neurotypical type men that do that because that's all they want to do is just find the answer right then and there. They don't
Yeah.
know how to have deep conversations initially. It has to like build up type shit. Whereas people like us, like how we just jumped on this and instantly into the topic, like even if we didn't have a topic, we switched topics in the middle of topics. They
Right.
don't do that.
But that's the thing too. But with anybody I talk to, I try to to start a conversation.
That's
If
why I
I
think.
see you struggling, I try to start a conversation. I start asking you questions, and then you give me basic answers. To me, it feels like you. I have the dudes that's like, oh, I want to get to know you, and they ask nothing about me. Like
Man,
they don't take no interest in nothing. Like if you coming in my inbox from social media, you know what I'm doing. The only way
Right.
you're gonna get my attention is if you're talking about if you come in my social if you come to my inbox and you're like, oh, I see you're a writer, what you working on right now, or I saw your something about your book, or you start a conversation about something that I got going on, or you come and you tell me something that attracted you to me. Like a lot of dudes have been hitting me up lately talking about my energy. How y'all feel about I ain't gonna say how they feel about energy. I know how to do that. I know how to push it out there for people. So I get it. But like they come to my inbox and they like, they try to describe it to me like you have this whatever. Like I be getting paragraphs sometimes. You have this
Them jokers already in love.
yeah, I do. You have this, I guess you could say, strong energy. I can see it through your content. I can see the type of person you are through your content or whatever. That's what I was saying. when I was on that other podcast, the Life podcast, I think if I said it wrong, don't be mad at me.
The real podcast.
the real podcast, right? But when I was on there, what I was saying was, even though I do cosplay and I wear outfits where my body is mostly showing, I don't really get a whole lot of dudes disrespecting me because of that. They come to my inbox and they tell me, like, I could tell what type of girl you are by the content you made. I could tell that you actually put thought into the stuff that you do. You're not just making videos trying to be cute, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I get that a lot. But sometimes I'll get dudes that know how to keep a conversation going from there, but then I get a lot of I see that you're a writer, how you're doing, and then a lot of the times there's people that are interested in.
But you know what's so funny though? Like, yeah, you can run to somebody who's good at conversation, but they can say a whole lot of nothing too. It sounds good, but they're not saying anything that's meaningful.
People can say a whole lot of nothing, but that's not typically what I run into. Like, if it's somebody that know how to have a conversation, they're not saying a whole lot of nothing. Now, there are people that do that, but I know how to differentiate between the two.
Okay.
Right.
I hear you play.
Dating in my 20s and 30s, well, I can see it like, and probably most of us probably can too, but I can see it like a book looking back on it, like chapters. Like in my early 20s, I don't even think I knew how to date. Like how y'all say all of us was pimping, then we all had them little motives. Most of them sexual. Like we trying to get it to it. We just, whether we know it or not, we just want to experience.
Different things.
We want to have we got a little certain goals that we had before we even know that what we was trying to do. And so my early 20s was more like that. Like I don't even knew how to date. I would do certain. I knew, like, just like I said, as a dude, I knew it was certain things that just for myself I needed to do to get my goal done. Right. And I wouldn't say that would be dating back then, but I knew I probably had to buy some food. I knew I probably had,
just way to a woman's heart. Ooh.
I mean,
always the answer.
There's certain things you got to do as a dude to get your goals, but you wouldn't call that dating. And you would do that with multiple people, like you said. You had that roster back then.
Adam Terrasta.
You might do this for this one. You might do this, whatever. Some people you might just pull up at the park while they practicing something, and whatever it is. It's like
spending that quality time.
Yeah, you might have a roster of different people, but you might not even say. She might have somebody that she dating.
Right.
But
right.
But you still got that, putting in that time with that person, and like you say, sometimes this other person, y'all might have something physical going on. You might have to do something for them or whatever. It's just like it might have been different in them early 20s.
Well, in the early 20s,
all of them little situations, them little roster, it kind of dropped down as you get 23, 24.
Everybody having those secret babies. You don't ever see the baby daddy.
26.
Oh gosh!
You talking to somebody and you see the baby on the profile. Like, whoa,
you got a child. All of a sudden, a baby done came up. And it's like, but you been single for like 10 years. What happened?
Like, you got
have a baby? You been single?
Exactly.
Yep.
I remember one time the baby mama called from his phone. I was like, "Hello." Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, "Oh no." She was like, "Do you know I'm 8 months pregnant?" I kept hanging up. Get off my phone.
She been running down on everybody.
If it was me, I would have gave her an inspirational, like, bro, if you 8 months pregnant and you calling me, you tripping. Like, what's wrong with you?
She been running down.
Is with those experiences, I've experienced it, but it was with friends, and it's always tripped me out, even to this day. I've never had that experience with somebody I was dating, but I always got that shit with friends, like just male friends.
That's
like
because
girls
the niggas was in love with you and they knew it. Like,
I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I have had women that's like trying to be my friend or just ask me what me and such got going on, and I'm like, who are you and why does this matter? I'm not even dating this person.
Well, let me ask y'all this and stuff like that, because I've never had a woman run down on me before. I've had guys and stuff like that try to check me over their girlfriends and stuff like that. And it was just, I'm like, bro, like, this is my friend. Like, I'm not interested in your girl like that. You know, like, relax, man, chill. Your girl love you, da 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 da. I've never had nobody, you know, I don't know, man. Do you think men are more insecure, or do you think people are just more insecure when it comes to somebody they really like?
I think
People are
Both.
just more
yeah,
insecure when it
people.
comes to people they
Yeah.
like. It's not
They
a
like,
gender thing.
Not even
you know,
like really. I think more so love, because you could like
Not
somebody and
even
not
love.
care
you
what
might
they
not even
have going
You
on.
got you got that baby in your stomach. You feel like you got rights.
Oh, definitely.
Like
That
it don't
too.
even really be love. Like people just be putting their imprint on somebody and they think that they're theirs. It's like that's mine. Like I got
Right.
Oh
his
yeah,
baby.
like
That's
friendship.
mine forever.
Even without the baby, sometimes it's just
And see,
Yeah,
that's I don't
people.
do drama,
People would
so
say
that's
you
where
afraid
you
to
can have them.
tell you they like a dude.
exactly.
You supposed to stay off of them. And if something was to happen with that dude organically, didn't know that y'all had that pact, and he holler at you and y'all hit it off organically, like she gonna look at you like you crazy. Y'all friendship. Oh, y'all friendship.
Yeah. I be giving like confront me. It gonna be the worst thing you've ever done in your life. Call me over a nigga.
Please tell me
It'll be the
everybody
worst
called Boonie
thing you
face
ever
when she
done.
said that though.
It'll be
I'm
the
hanging up and
worst.
blocking. I don't want to argue. Get off my phone. Both of y'all getting blocked.
Because
Getting
first
blocked
of
on
all, you
everything.
lost because you're calling me. Now that my
Exactly.
nigga, and a lot of times they don't even be people that you really like.
I
That
think
part.
It's always the girls with dudes that you don't even like, or you ain't even interested.
No, for real.
them dusty dudes.
I wouldn't
Not
say
even
dusty.
that.
Not
They
even
It
just
just be
dusty.
they
That's
like,
just
somebody
you
you're
just
not
don't like
interested
them.
in. Yeah, you're not interested in them romantically. They're
Right.
not dusty. You just not interested in
No,
them.
no, no. What
yeah,
You
I
got
and
mean
it's
folks
by
calling your
dusty, I
phone.
mean I'm talking about like trifling. Like them guys
No,
no,
it
left
don't
it
there with
even
an
be
really be
ulterior
that.
motive.
It don't
it's
even
just
really be
like I feel
that.
like it's levels. So it's like it's not, you can't put it in a category. Like it be some guys that have degrees. It be, what you would deem hood dudes. It just be like a mixture. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like, and I'm doubling back to like on topic again. So I feel like when you're in your early 20s or high school era, we're so used to just being accessible to people, because we're still finding ourselves. So, like, if you see a guy that you kind of think looks okay and he seems like he has his, life semi together, even if you're not that attracted to him or that interested, you're going to give him a chance. You're going to be like, okay, he got potential to possibly be the thing I'm
Yeah,
looking
your
for.
20s, you jumping on
So,
potential.
That
Not
potential will fuck you up
and
every
exactly.
first
time, man.
and I've never been accessible to nobody. And that's my magic. Take my
Okay.
advice. Don't ever be
And
accessible.
guess what? Guess what
And
though?
I
I
feel like,
didn't learn that till late 20s, early 30s.
right. I feel
Right.
like it's levels to it. So,
But
You
before
needed Boonie's power back then.
right before that stage, I learn that I was actually in a serious relationship and trying to, and before that, I'm like, hold on, how I get in this relationship? I had a roster. I just had
That'd
a
be the fucking question.
roster. I'm in a whole relationship now. I'm like, yo, now I'm realizing like, dang,
Not
I'm
I had a
changing.
roster.
Yeah, roster. Now I'm in a relationship. I'm like, yo, I'm changing. Like, I don't tell this person, hold on, I don't break up with her because it's like I'm not used to, it's like, dang, I'm used to this. Now I'm in the like relationship.
Shoot, in my 20s, I just came across a lot of dudes that kind of like pose themselves as friends, but they really wanted to be with me. And then when situations didn't work out the way that they wanted me to
They
be accessible to them. And when I wasn't, it's like, oh, okay, like you ain't doing what I want you to do. Like
Nah,
people who will be
my
like,
20s, I think I was,
you somebody that I don't ever want to lose in my life or whatever, and then I don't give you what you want, then it's, oh, I'm talking to this girl, she don't want me to have female friends, so I can't talk to you. Okay,
see that cornball
just
shit
know
though.
you ain't never coming back. It ain't never
right.
happening.
But
Oh
see,
yeah,
that's that
once that door
cornball shit
closes,
though.
it's
Like
out.
they'll try to do that shit to make somebody jealous or something.
That's how you end up in that relationship.
No,
Because
no,
Yeah.
I've done
if
that,
you
and I've
realize like,
had
dang,
that done to me. And
rather have this
I
over
think
this.
it's got to be a mutual thing.
What'd you say, Van?
I think it just has to be a mutual thing. Like that has never bothered me if one of my male friends do end up in a relationship and they feel like they gotta not even cut ties, but just like stop conversing with me because of their girl. And it's like, hell, I'm not fucking you, so go ahead, do it.
I
And
mean,
if
it
it
don't
don't work
bother me
out,
that you
it's
moving
fine.
on, but not after you told me that you would never do that. Like I would never cut. Like you, somebody that's supposed to be in my life, I would never cut you off. It's
yeah, that's
different
what I'm
if
saying. I
that.
think it has to be a
You
mutual
want you
thing
want
because I never had a problem with it. They've never had a problem with it. Like if
I
I
wish
was
my
dating
situation
somebody and I
worked out
stopped
like that.
conversing with them, and then the relationship don't work no more, and we get back on talking terms, and it's like, yeah, that one didn't work out. We catch up, and the friendship continues from where it left off. Like it's never been a problem for either party in my experience to do that. So that's why I say I think that just has to be a mutual understanding or a mutual agreement. Because in my experience, the shit works just fine. Like it's no
It do.
bother to anybody to
It
do
never
that.
works like
to say,
that
But
in
do
like
my
you
you?
said earlier,
experience.
But
Like
let me ask
ever.
y'all this. Let me
it's
ask
levels
everybody
to
this.
it.
Do
It's
you think
levels.
when situations like that happen, do y'all think and stuff like that, like they're appeasing their partner just to
Yeah.
keep peace?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
I
feel like
understand that. I don't have any issue
I was
with you
about to.
saying to me that you don't, okay, we got to stop being friends. I ain't mad at you or whatever. But like I said, like Van said, and when they don't work out, they can come back. They can't come back to me.
It's levels though.
Stay
It's
with,
levels.
stay
Yeah,
with,
if it's definitely a
It's
find another
platonic
friend.
friendship, it's
you might
it's
go
no
through it
problems.
too, and
But if we dated before and like say we never had sex, so we still have that level of friendship, and you do something like that, then no, you can't come back. But if
No.
it's a platonic friendship and you're like my brother, I definitely understand that because me being in a long-term relationship before, I've done that. So it's like, and it's
right.
not so you're appeasing your partner. It's like a common ground. Like this is somebody I'm trying to spend my entire life with, forever with. This somebody I wake up to every day. Why would I jeopardize my future for a friend who has their own life, their own situations? I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
Well, let me
I'm
ask
gonna
you
choose
this:
my
if
happiness.
But
Like,
I
yeah,
feel
I
like
still
if
want
you
the
both
best
in the
for
past,
you, but
y'all
I
shouldn't be
can't give
friends
you
in the
that
first place.
level of me anymore. And that's all that it is.
well,
That's how I feel.
well, I mean, if that's the case, then that wasn't a real friendship because friendships and stuff that can last,
Right.
stand the test of time.
See,
No,
for
I'm not
with me,
saying that,
in
but
the
I'm saying
Like
when
situation
you're
y'all
in a
that
put
I
relationship,
had,
roster.
you're not
I
gonna
feel like
just
roster can get cut. Anybody like it, you know what I mean? If
yeah.
you more than
If
that,
it
it's
in that
levels. It's levels.
particular relationship that I had, it wasn't just platonic. Like he clearly had feelings for me. That's why he wasn't coming back.
right.
Like I do have people that I'm cool with that I talk to here and there, but like I'm not about to be friends with somebody that I'm sorry, I'm not wired like that. If you stop being friends with me to be in your relationship, I get it, but like I said, we never gonna be the same again.
And
I'm just not.
I feel like it's levels to that as well. Cause I'm not the type of person to just be a fake friend. So I don't think y'all understanding exactly what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when you're in a relationship, the things that you could do with that friend prior to the relationship, you have to put some restraints to it. Like I can't sit on the phone with you for 5 hours talking about, nothing. Like I can still answer the phone and talk to you, but it's not gonna be, how it once was.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I get what
So
you're saying.
Now
I,
yeah,
I,
it's not like cutting them off cold turkey or anything like that. It's just
it's just for
no,
dudes. It's for dudes. It's different. For dudes, it's different because if we calling you like a sister, gonna remain a sister no matter who I get with over no matter what. But if I deep down still want to hit it a little bit or whatever, if I still even just say friend or whatever, if I, deep down I didn't give you that signal and we both know he you know what we got going on, I gotta cut you off. But if you one of them friends that you know everything about me and we ain't even never
Basically, you ain't crossed that line. You still platonic
yeah
friends, but
right.
that's what I
yeah
mean. I
That's
rarely
what I'm
have
saying.
situations like that. That's why I
right
say what I say. You ain't
Oh,
coming
okay.
back.
That makes
right.
Like
sense.
I really
Basically, what
have
you're saying is
situation
respect my boundaries.
where somebody is just my friend. It's always
you just my
I'm
friend
your
for real. It
friend. I'm your friend, but like maybe we end up together type of thing. I've never
If
had a
you give me that
situation where I
like
was
chance,
friends
I'm
with a
taking that type of
guy.
friend.
What you say, Van?
I said basically, I'm only your friend until you give me that chance type of situation.
Basically.
Right. Dudes can't do that.
Yeah, they can.
No, I'm saying we do that. We will do that.
Throw all this shit up.
Do that. Like at that age where I'm at now, I can't do that.
What, continue to be friends with somebody if you in a relationship?
I can't be acting like, oh, I wouldn't be with you if it came all down to it. You know what I mean? I gotta have it up front that we just friends, or that if it came all down to it and this don't work out, like we couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Sometimes that
just
platonic
act like
friendship can lead
if it
into a
came all
great
down
relationship.
to it, I would want you. I gotta let you know that if it came down all just to it, I would want you. You know what I mean?
That shit don't be working all the time. I tried that one time, the worst fucking relationship I ever had in my goddamn life.
Oh, Lord.
Well, see, with me, friends is friends. Like, I'm really that person. I'm not having sex with you. We're not doing nothing romantic. I'm not going on dates like that because I've never had friends who just wanted to be my friend. Like, I've never had that experience. So I always have that very, never. I've never had that situation.
I find it very, really, that's interesting.
I am laughing my ass off over here. I swear I'm crying.
I've never had that situation. And I'll say with Damien, me and you don't talk every single day. Like, we've never talked every single day about like
I see what you're saying.
We break away and we come back, stuff like that. But I've never had somebody who I was talking to
on the phone like
all the time that was just like we friends.
I get what you're saying.
And I'm telling you, you missed out because those be amazing.
But that ain't my fault.
It be the dude choice.
It ain't even my fault.
It be the dude.
Yeah. No, it's not your fault. But I'm saying, like, those friendships, from my experience, those friendships were like top tier.
I had a friend like that, but
the one I probably did had that was like just end up just being my friend. Like, we really just my friend, like, for real. I probably did still at the beginning of it, was like trying to, like, you know,
because I feel like that's kind of how it starts off, and then when you see that they are never going to give you a chance, and it's like, okay, we friends.
Sometimes
I feel like really
like no attraction. Y'all just family, like,
right. I feel like people who you are attracted to, you ain't really gonna be able to just be their friend like that. You gonna always have in the back of your head like we might be together.
Yeah.
But if you're not attracted to them at all, then that's different.
That's friendship.
I've never had that. Like, it's crazy.
Nah, what y'all saying makes 100% sense. You know, it's just it's just funny, you know, how the human mind, brain stuff that works when it comes to the laws of attraction, friendships, relationships, and everything like that. It's just amazing because what may work for you may not work for me and everybody else on this podcast. So this is interesting to get everybody's different perspective about it. That's why I was quiet the whole time. I was like, oh shit, we really psycho around this motherfucker.
And that's why you need so much information now that we like this age or whatever age you at. That's why you need so much information when you're really trying to date somebody.
Which is why I don't understand the concept of cutting friends out of your life, because like when you get in relationships, because like why can I be friends with somebody and I can't get emotional support from somebody or whatever if it's genuinely a friendship? Because sometimes I feel like situations don't always be that. But if this person is genuinely my friend, why can't
you cut off at this age where we at? You know who you need to cut off. Even
you do.
Or you know who you needed to cut off. It's just now you can't play about it so much because the pool done got a lot more people in the pool. And the pool ain't got no bigger.
It really should have been smaller in our 30s, but nah.
Right, nah, it ain't. Because it's the mind frame. And it's because the social media thing we just telling me we fighting against too.
Right.
So we all of that. And to get, like you say, it take a lot of communication to get to that point to
because I'll be telling people like we friends. Ain't nothing happening.
And that's what I'm saying. Even when you start dating somebody though. Like it's a lot of communication to say, all right, like you really, what you just stopping, you know, what you putting away to the side and what I'm putting away to the side.
Yeah, and I feel like we do need to have those conversations, but a lot of times we don't, because it's just an assumption. Like we assume that you gonna do that and I'm gonna do that, and a lot of times that's not what happens.
That's why we keep them just in case them little jokers.
And that's what I was saying when Van was saying about the roster. I don't really think people be dropping it for real. Like you might stop talking to them for a little while, but it's
Right.
like, you know, I'm gonna do a little here and there to make sure, because I get a lot of dudes that be making sure that we still good. Like, oh, like how you doing? The drop-ins, the what's up stranger messages. Like I get a lot of that.
You got to make it through that honeymoon phase.
Hey, big head messages.
You got to come out of that honeymoon like communication got to be on 10.
Hey Van, somebody really did hit me up like last week. He said, "Hey, big head," and I blocked them because I really do have a big head and I don't like that shit.
I get the what's up stranger.
My old Facebook pages and saw where one of my old friends, and yes, it was just a friend. Well, on my end, he was just a friend. Hit me up and was like, "Hey, I was trying to speak to you at some point in time when I was in the city," and I was just like, I don't care. I didn't see you. I don't care. And I didn't even open the message. I just saw it, and I like, if you were before 2015, it didn't matter. Shut up.
I'm the same way. Like, okay, I used to, or ex-boyfriends. I used to love you back then. No, you didn't. And why are you telling me this now? I used to be so in love with you. Like you was like that girl. Like
my fucking stomach hurt. That shit was so funny. I used to love you back then.
Please explain why that should matter now.
Why do I care about that now? Because you never gonna get an opportunity again.
No, I was full blown pregnant, and one of my exes sent somebody else to ask questions about our past. At the time, it had already been 6 years since I had even spoke to this guy. And I was like, I looked at her and I'm like, woman, don't you see I am full blown pregnant? Why the fuck does that matter right now? Why are you bringing this to me now?
Stir up the emotions.
It's weird. And then how do you even know about me? Like, how do these girls be knowing that we exist? Because why when I see her, she mean mugging me and she watching to make sure you're not talking to me? Why does she know about me?
He told them.
Why would you do that?
I had to file a
I'm gonna tell you why. I want everybody to say that.
But why? Like, why are you doing that?
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Damien, I'm gonna need your backup on this one because this is actually kind of true. Dudes and stuff like that will tell their girlfriends, their significant others, they boo things about another woman. They use it as a control tool to keep their ass and stuff like that in check. Because if they feel as if like there's another woman that wants them, they'll want them even more type of shit. Like that's the psyche how people think about shit. Like they do that shit all the time.
And I've seen that played out.
That's so weird.
I've seen women.
I even heard women admit that too nowadays. Like if a nigga ain't having no motion, I don't want him type notion.
I had made a post about that on Facebook. The song that the Division song that came out and everybody was having a conversation about because he was like women like men that other women like.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, what women? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, and I've heard people say that they don't like dudes that don't really get women.
Because, ain't nobody else don't want. They back
if nobody else don't want you, that might be the only way we gonna date.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get caught up in talking to popular guys. Like I feel like it's too much. It comes with too much.
Yeah.
You can't really be down to earth. You got to put on this facade. Like I don't have time to act. Okay.
And then they attract these specific type of women that you gonna have to deal with, and I ain't doing that because I ain't really the girl that like I'm not playing games. I'm gonna make you feel stupid.
Okay.
Hey man, some people use that as a control tool to keep their person in check. Just being real.
That junk is weird.
Good to know. That's dumb though, bro.
It's very weird, but I've seen it play out, and I mean, I even talked to the girl and was like, what are you doing? And she legit was just like, I don't even know. And I'm like, please find out because this is ridiculous. Why are you doing this? Like, why are you calling me because you hadn't heard from him? Why?
It's crazy.
I had a
Yeah.
girl
I ain't
from
about to
At
work.
this
call
point,
nobody
that's
else
your
about my
nigga.
man.
At this
Exactly.
point,
I ain't
that's your
calling
nigga.
nobody about my man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
But
don't
that's
even feel
I
those type of
remember I
ways.
was in a situation where I had a mutual friend to a girl that my ex was cheating on me with, and she literally had to force me to call her. Like, you need to call her, y'all need to talk because this nigga run the game. And I'm just like, I really don't need to hear what she got to say. I'm breaking up with the nigga anyway. Why I gotta listen to what she got to say? I already made my decision. You already told me he dealing with somebody else. Okay, he gotta go. Like,
Right.
I don't need to hear it.
Yeah, but
you gonna
unfortunately,
be
some
mad at her
people.
though. That's why, because you gonna be mad at her. That's probably
No,
talk
I
about.
don't.
Make sure you ain't mad at her now, because this the nigga who. That probably what your friend saying. It's him now.
Nah, but that's the
Mad at-
thing. I'm never mad at the girl. I'm never blaming her. I'm not that type of girl. If a girl
Unless you
hit
knew
me up
about
and
me.
say, "Oh, I know you was talking to such and such, y'all go together, and he did this, he did that," I'm not gonna be mad at her. I'm gonna be like, "Okay, cool," and I'm breaking up with that nigga, even if it ain't true. Because I even got a situation where my cousin, for whatever reason, she just had this, oh, why you believe in a girl, she could be lying type thing. And I'm just like, but she not lying. And even if she was lying, they have a history. If she coming and telling me that he did something, he did it. I don't need to know. I don't need to do nothing else. Like, it's just over. Like, that's just how I am. If I feel like it's true, I'm leaving. And I ain't gonna
Because you
regret.
convince
I ain't gonna
yourself it's
regret
true.
nothing. It ain't even necessarily me convincing. I know it's true.
Oh,
I
well,
know
it's
when
one
something's
thing to
true and
know.
when it's not. Anyways, so we can move to the next segment, the hear me out segment, where somebody describes a problem that they have with the same sex or opposite sex. And we'll let them have the floor, we let them talk, and then in the next segment we'll come up with solutions for the problem. I actually have a grievance today.
I want to hear your grievance.
We was just talking about it. Men that don't know how to have conversations.
All right.
And not necessarily me being upset or nothing like that, because I really understand, especially in this day and age, that a lot of men really don't know how to talk to women like that. They have a hard time doing it. They don't really know what to say and stuff like that. And I get it, but I'm gonna just say this: like, it's not that hard. Just try to have a conversation with somebody. And if it's a woman that you can't really find something to talk about, then you should be asking yourself, should you really be trying to talk to them? Like, if you see me on social media, check out my page, see what I'm interested in. I feel like I'm giving solutions instead of just saying the grievances. But whatever. That's my issue. Like, men or people, because I can't say only men. I ain't gonna say I only date men. A lot of the women that I talk to know how to have conversations. I've never ran into a woman that did. So my thing is with men who don't know how to have conversations. Like, do we need to have a class or something for y'all? Should I make videos so I can teach y'all what y'all supposed to say in certain situations, how you navigate different conversations with somebody? Because I'll do that. If I need to do that, I'll do it.
Yep.
Because it makes dating boring. It makes me not even want to date. It's like, what's the point of doing that?
A lot of people try to hold conversations like how they text and stuff with them on the phone, like just short, generic, bland, very talking. It is what it is. The only thing that I can think of and stuff for that type of solution is have a class. Just have a class. I mean, like, because I honestly can't relate because I talk.
Yeah, you
That's
talk
saying.
too much. You need to learn how to.
Brent story times make up for the whole conversation. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be mad at it.
And not even story times are examples. Let me give you an example. Let me give you another example. Like, nigga, you gave me 4 examples. I understand what you're saying.
Why are y'all attacking me right now?
Yeah.
Why are y'all personally attacking me right now? In the beginning of the podcast, when we first started this podcast, Boonie and Van made it very clear that if they felt like somebody was attacking them, they were not going to do it. Now y'all attacking me. That's so hypocritical.
What?
Y'all
you
are
talking
attacking me right now.
about?
I know I can get along with it. I just feel some type of way, but I'll get over it.
No, you don't.
You right, I don't.
Because you ain't gonna stop. So please. But
Hey, I've
yeah,
been doing good.
I feel like a solution would be that I'll just start making videos and get cursed out in some of them. Like, you women, y'all want so much. Bro, I just want you to talk to me, have a conversation. I don't really want nothing.
No,
Yeah.
fuck that. We want everything. Fuck that. I'm tired of saying no, we don't
And
want shit.
you
No,
right,
low
because the
maintenance.
girls that
No,
want
I want
everything
everything.
get what they want. When you be where I notice I don't get nothing because I don't be asking for nothing.
That's true. We got
I'm gonna start asking.
for real. You ask for stuff that make men set bars, set goals, whether they even know it or not. But that's just
I
in a
mean,
man.
yeah, it does. It
Just
does.
that's just in a man. I'm telling you, we'll start looking at shit we don't want to look at.
I ain't
And they
lying.
be
We be talking
complaining
shit
the whole time. So my damn, she want this and this, and we'll get their
and
asses up and go get it, and be complaining the whole time. They
And not
go get
even
what
just that, but like, dang, it's like y'all put the message out there that y'all don't want those type of women.
No,
Yes, yes, you
haters.
do.
It depends on how
no.
it depends on the relationship. It depends on the relationship.
That's the message that I
If
see
you
that
go
y'all don't
no,
want.
if you're going on a date,
We could
like if you're
tell them
going on a date with somebody and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is money, 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 yeah, you're gonna have your guard up a little bit.
right.
Like, why are you asking for that immediately right away? Like, can I get to know you a little bit? Like, no.
But if we already dealing with each other,
Right.
then that can do. That's when shit start to happen.
Right. Like I think I did a date and a young lady said something about a Birkin bag. I was like, yeah, baby, you spelled Burlington wrong. I don't know nothing about Birkin. That's not in my financials.
Burlington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Burlington.
but it seems like the girls that ass gets, and
They
I
do.
ain't even gonna lie, I ain't never gonna be that girl. That's
Right
just
then.
not.
fuck it. I'm starting to turn
It's
into that
really
girl.
just not me. Like,
When you find that person you comfortable with, it will be. Trust me.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know, because it's really not in me either. It takes
it's really
everything
not
in
in
me to
me.
have to
It's
ask for
so
something.
hard for me to
But
be
I'm
like,
also getting to a
I need
point of
that.
where I'm just like, fuck it. I want this, that, and we'll see what happens. And if he say no, okay, I'll just get it myself. And he be
I'm,
Okay,
laughing
so let me
at
ask
me.
you.
I'm
So let
like,
me ask
shit,
y'all
I'll
this.
get
How
my
do y'all think?
I'm short on my phone bill. I need like I'll be texting Van like, dang, how much should I ask that nigga for? Like, what should I say? How should
See
I
that?
ask?
100.
How much
See,
I
but
should?
She was like, but
How
damn,
much
I
you
is
just
too
say
need
much?
35.
Why
100.
why don't
what the
y'all
fucking
ask for
phone bill
anything? Is it
cost?
because
You
y'all
mean?
don't want them to feel like they can control y'all or something?
What?
Hmm?
No, you just don't want to ask
It
nobody for
just you
shit. Like,
don't
why
want
should I
I
have
feel like
to ask somebody that's interested in me for something that they know I
exactly, and
need?
that's the
yeah,
point.
I was just
Why
about to
do I have to do it? You know what relationships are about is give and take. Why do I have to? Why are you not asking me? Is you need something?
Because
Something you
right.
need
That
me to
being
get
said,
because a
something?
lot of men and
that
stuff
being
like that are
said,
not rocket
hey,
scientists, but we're not gonna
And
figure
you
I
out
know
don't
to
what?
figure
like
it out. Like
no
just tell us.
questioning,
I'd rather a
but
woman just
y'all
tell
don't
me.
like
No,
to
I think
ask
that
for
y'all are.
that, but
I,
you are
That's what y'all
expecting it
say.
at some
Closed
point.
mouth don't get fed. But when you do ask, they try to make it seem like it's coming off begging. So I feel like Boonie said and Van said, when you're in a relationship with a guy or a guy is dating you, they know what you have going on. If they don't physically see it, that you're telling them about it. You like, because I know me personally, I'm gonna tell you, what I have going on, like what you doing. Oh, just trying to, get some things together because XYZ. Because I'm talking to you. I want you to know who I am. I want to get to know you. So it's gonna
and
be a
because
level
you
of transparency.
interested in that person.
Right.
So like if I'm dating somebody and they're telling me that they're doing certain things, I'm just whenever I am in situations where I'm around something that he doing, I'm a giver. So if I'm in a relationship, I'm
Right.
paying attention to everything you say, everything you doing, all of this, and I'm gonna buy you gifts. I'm gonna do different stuff for you, so you will know that I'm supporting. That to me is showing your support.
It
Why
Okay,
goes
why
into
can't
your
well,
why
listening
can't
skills, your
why
paying
can't y'all
attention
do that?
skills.
well, I gotta tell
They
Like,
y'all
don't be
something.
paying
hold on. What
attention.
you
If
say,
it's
Van,
not
about
asked
Bill?
directly, they don't know. Like, you can say all of that. Hell, you can text it and they still will miss it
Let me tell
unless
y'all
you ask them directly.
from a man point of view, for real, on a serious note, like with all of that being said, what y'all just said, when you dating somebody, like you said, y'all really talking, and a guy like you, and he hear what you got going on, like you say, for example, she write books. Oh, she write books. She need. It's like that's what we more interested in. The things that we gonna have flack with is like the stuff that y'all might ask for that y'all should have been doing or could have been doing or would have been doing before we even start talking, like the phone bill or nails. We gonna wonder as a man now. I know y'all probably got something to say, but as a dude, we gonna be like, well, damn, how you been getting it done before me? But in the conversation and we dating each other and we dealing with each other and we having deep conversation, the stuff that you talk about that I, like you say, is real genuine, and I can see like, damn, she gonna need this, she gonna need that. We ain't gonna have no problem doing it. That's the stuff that we be so
when
so
it comes down
to
to
help
the
with.
nail stuff and like hair
Yeah,
stuff, like
not
beauty
saying
and
that we
stuff,
ain't
I
gonna help
feel
with that
like
too.
you
We
see
gonna help with
that.
that too. I'm just saying,
No,
like
like I feel like you
gonna
see
question
that
that
already.
a
Like
man
when you
question.
met her, you saw it. You saw that's how she was. You saw how she kept herself up. If she starts slacking in that area and you're like, damn, you don't even do this no more. Are you paying for it? Are you gonna pay for it? If you're not gonna pay for it, hush. Now, if you paying for it, ain't no reason for her not to look like that. But if you're not paying for it, there's no reason to even comment on it. You like, damn, it's not even the woman that I met a while ago. Hell, she might be going through some shit. Get
Right.
it done for
But
her.
and
If you're not gonna pay for it, then leave it alone.
I'm not even a person who's something like that. Like I'm not nails. Look at my fingers. Hair, I do it myself. Toes, that crack up polish gonna be on them every time that you come around. Like I don't even, and it ain't even really because I used to do it before when I was in cosmetology. I used to do all of that stuff. But like Van said, you might be going through something.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Sick
People, like, from
person.
a man point of view, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like from a man point of view, in your case, a man gonna want to get your hair and nails done because he know she spent her time on doing this. She buy this for herself. She do this. She write her book. She do this.
Yeah, let me pamper her.
Out, that'll be something nice for me to do for her. Now,
Yeah,
in the other girl point, if she keep herself up with the hair and nails, I'm gonna have to find something else to do. When I talk to her and get in her head and get in her life, I'm gonna have to find other stuff to do. You know what I mean? Because she
Basically,
already
you giving somebody what they lacking.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what a dude thinking in his mind. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's what a dude thinking. That's why it come off weird, or that's why y'all gonna get a little pushback sometimes. Not from every dude, but when we had that conversation and y'all be like, "Why I do push back?" That's why we pushing back in our head because we be like, "Damn, she been already doing that before me." I think she just trying to get extra. That's what it feel like because it don't feel like you know what I mean.
But what's wrong? What's
but
wrong
with a girl like you,
extra?
no, that's what I'm saying.
Is that not what relationships
what's
are
wrong
for?
with that?
It's
Because
not.
if I'm
That's
in a
what I'm saying.
relationship,
It's not if that's when we communicating. But you, as far as lacking, that's what I'm saying. A dude ain't gonna have no problem if she ain't lacking nothing. If she get everything she do, she up. He's still gonna give her now. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying when it comes to y'all saying is what a girl lacking, if she was doing it and then she start lacking on it, yeah, of course he gonna give because you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying as far as you saying you don't even get your hair and nails done, a dude gonna want to do that for you more so because you ain't asking for it. You know what I'm saying?
This poses a question, and no, they don't.
That's not how that happens.
We just discussed that if you don't ask, you're not gonna get it.
It. I've never had a dude that be like, "Oh, you don't get your hair." They'll look at my because I'm a sick person.
Honestly,
I'm not. But this poses a question. I do have a question for everybody. So, with all of that being said, how do y'all feel on relationships as far as do you think they're supposed to be I'm adding value to you and you're adding value to me, where I lack you pick up, where you lack I pick up, or should it be we coming as equals and then we helping each other?
In regards to like feelings, emotions, or finances or something?
Everything, because all of that matters.
Well, the reason why I'm asking,
if you're in a relationship for specific things, then why is that even a relationship? That's just a business contract at that point.
Well, the reason why I'm asking and stuff for that because it matters to the individual. You know, you can't. It's a very subjective question because you may have somebody who cares about the emotional stability of a relationship, where somebody doesn't give a damn about the emotional stability of a relationship. They care about the money aspect of the relationship.
Then they should not be in a relationship,
right? Because what? how
I mean, I'm
you
saying like
can't
you got
really
people who,
separate that stuff in a relationship. It's everything, the financial, the emotional, everything count, the physical, sex too. Everything matters in your relationship.
people who tolerate some shit getting paid though.
I won't. I don't care nothing about what you're paying.
I've
if I
literally
don't
only
if I
heard
don't feel
men and desperate
fulfilled,
women speak like that.
No,
I've
I'm just
only
saying,
heard
like, I'm not
desperate
talking
men
about
women
from
and
my,
men
men
speak
and
like that.
women who like they like money,
right. That's
basically.
what I'm sitting there saying. Like, I'm not sitting there
I
saying for
don't like
me.
I don't care about that.
Like,
You
I'm
ain't
not sitting there
impressing me
saying
with
for
by
me, but
paying
you
no
got,
bills.
I
but
feel
you
like
let this generation right here tell it, they don't care about, the emotional aspect of a relationship, the spiritual connection of a relationship. All you hear is money, money, money. You
Yeah,
got to have
that's
the bag, you
true.
got to have this. So,
Honestly, I don't hear that. I don't know. It's just, I guess it just depends on like what you're
What you see,
attracting as far as your social media, because
yeah. Also,
what
what you
I
seen on your
see
social media.
is all women and very few, but still quite a few men that are looking just at the mental and emotional stability of their partners or their future partners. Like nobody's talking about money, and the people that are talking about money are usually the ones that
That
don't actually have it,
or the ones that got it. The like
or the
people
ones
that
that
people
they know that's exactly what they're looking for. They're just looking at the financial aspect. But for the most part, what I see is mostly people that are only interested in making sure the next person that they be with is mentally and emotionally available, or at least
that's
intelligent
all I care
enough.
about.
Right. That's all I've been
Because
seeing.
I know how to make money and I know how to help you make money. I don't really care about that.
At
But
this
then you
point, I
have a
don't
lot
know
of
how you not know how to make money.
right. Then you have a lot of men that they dated women that like that transactional thing. So it's like
man, I
I
don't know. Man. I want the total package. I don't know what y'all talking about.
same.
I'm lying too.
I'm not saying that I don't want money. I'm just saying
Everybody,
you don't have to come into the situation rich. You don't got to be rich. Like if you working to get somewhere, yeah, that's different. Like I don't want nobody who comfortable where they at and they don't want to make money at all.
but let's keep,
I want an ambitious person, but they don't have to be rich. They don't have to come in the door with millions of dollars.
I
yeah,
know
but
a
let's,
lot of women who would prefer a handyman who is making his money in the best way possible, but don't mind working with his hands, doing something, and taking care of her emotionally over these men who have over six figures in the bank
Right.
and look good.
But see, that's why it's important that we having these conversations on this podcast, because if you look at any other channel, a lot of the other channels, it's always the same dichotomy of what it is that we're talking about. Who does this, who does that, money this, money that. And truth be told, the most beautiful relationships that I've ever seen or experienced is when both of them got it out the mud together.
yeah, you got to have the total package because I feel like it's gonna be like life. We don't control life, and it's gonna be seasons for everybody. It's gonna be seasons where
Yeah.
you have to have both people gonna have to have that total package. Meaning, it can be a season where I can be the breadwinner in my household, but say for instance, I might break my leg and can't go out there and get it, and I
Now,
might need
Damien,
you.
I'm gonna
I
now,
might need
Damien, I'm
you to
gonna tell you something that a lot of dudes fuck up on. I'm
go
gonna
out
tell
there.
you something that a lot of dudes
You know
fuck
what I'm
up
saying?
on when they talk about the
And,
traditional shit.
and vice versa. You might be the breadwinner, but then you might, for whatever reason, you might can't do what you got to do. You might get in the car accident, and I got to wipe your butt, and I got to go get the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
So knowing that life got those obstacles and those ups and downs, you got to be fair. Period. And you got to look for somebody that's fair and can control all those qualities as well, because you
yeah,
never know life gonna twist and turn.
yeah.
Right.
But
And
I
I
mean,
think social media just has, everybody feeling like everybody has to be a breadwinner. They have to be at a certain level. I feel like in all actuality, it's between the two people. Like it's a
Right.
mutual thing. If y'all
Sure.
want to do 50-50, bust the bills down the middle, bust all the domestic work, do that. If you want a city girl, you want to, somebody that you could fly out that's gonna be materialistic, get
And
that. It's
no
it's
matter,
so many people out here that you can get anybody that you want with
even
the
if you're
criteria you have.
If your man bad with his temper, you gonna have to show him, nah, babe, you gotta breathe. Come breathe. Come on, sit down, breathe.
But
That
see,
nigga
it's
better
women
learn
out
that
there
shit.
for people
Yeah.
like that. Me personally, you gotta
You too. He might have
be
to
able
show
to
you
check
how
your own
to act.
attitude.
It just hand in hand.
Yeah, so you're supposed to compliment each other, like Van was
Right.
saying. Like you said, do you think that people should be in relationships where I pick up where you like, you pick up where I like, or do you feel like people should come into the situations already like, I guess you could
Established.
say together, because I don't even feel like you could ever be complete as a human being, because
Me
that's not how
personally,
we're
I need to
built.
see you broke.
What you say, Van?
I said, me personally, I need to see you when you broke. Like, I'm not saying I would want a broke nigga, but I need to see it because all the men that I've had that had money and had no problem spending it on me, flying me out, what whoop the whoop, whatever. The moment they didn't have shit, completely different person, like complete breakdown from the person they were before. And I understand having money can make you comfortable. It can make you, feel decent about yourself. It you can just be comfortable. But I've been without food. I've been without water. I've been without lights. I've been without plenty of times in my life. It doesn't bother me. You gonna make it. You gonna live. It's all right. Them, let their lights go out in a storm. Oh my God, the panic. And it's like, bro, what's wrong? Why why are you acting like this? Let them not get paid and they have like, if they're not, good with money management, they have nothing for a couple of days. That shit, and it's like if you're like this for a couple of days, imagine if you actually have to go through the struggle. They be having whole mental breakdowns when they don't have money or they don't have the things that they have gotten used to. Whereas the man who didn't have money treated me the best,
Man
knew
ain't
how to get
lying.
it out the mud, knew how to do shit, knew how to hustle in a safe way, not illegal type shit, know how to work with their hands, don't mind getting dirty, gonna do the best that they can.
I
That's
just
a
heard
It's
man that I
always
what I
know.
been that way.
a person could be broke financially, but a person could be broke mentally too.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I'm
you
saying?
have some people who comfortable
A
being
broke
broke.
person could be
I ain't
broken.
want nobody like that.
You could physically be broken and hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That's what I say. I don't want you to be comfortable being
it got
broke,
to be
but
everything.
I need to see you broke
It
so I
got
know how you function.
you got to be
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, yeah, but also and stuff for that too, when you in those relationships and stuff, when you dealing with somebody that views you as their competition or something, that shit's not gonna work either. Like you can't be a breadwinner type man or breadwinner type woman and throw your finances in your partner's face all the time of what they don't do or what they do not do. Like, nah, you can't do that type of shit.
I feel like
Some people
money
do that
makes
shit
people feel like they have
in power.
superiority. They're superior over the person that doesn't have it. So they feel like I got the money, so like who are you basically? What you
Absolutely.
got going on? I got the money.
Absolutely.
You need
That
it. You need to have it.
that brings me back to my point. You can have it for right now, but you never know what you have in 5 years. You never know what'll happen. That's why you gotta treat somebody equal. You gotta treat your woman powerful. You gotta let her be powerful as well. You gotta want her to have the same bag as you, because you never know, man. You never know.
I feel
You never
like we've really gotten out
catch
of
that because of money.
the, like we was talking about, like where it's like I said, when I'm in relationships, I pay attention to everything about that person because I'm interested in you. If I'm not going to be interested in a person, I don't understand why you would be in a relationship. If you're not if you're not going to pay attention to their life, what they got going on and stuff like that, what's the point? Because I'm gonna pay
Because that
attention.
person could bring something to their life that they don't have, and they're
And
just there to use them.
that's true, but like, what's the point of
People
being?
don't know no better. That's what it is.
It's
Step
weird to
up.
me. It's weird, but
It's a come up.
right, people do use each other to get to certain places in their life or whatever, and a lot of times people mutually use each other. We got situations where people have fake relationships because they're making money together and stuff like that. Like they don't even really care about what's going on. That's why you see a whole lot of, like, for instance, I'm not speaking on their relationship, but for instance, the dude that committed suicide, the dancer, Twitch, who committed suicide or whatever. When was that? Yesterday, day before yesterday, or something like that. And nobody saw it coming. Like, you never know, you sleeping beside somebody who ain't mentally there. They're struggling, and you don't care. All you care about is what they're bringing into the household, and you never know what could happen to that person. Something like that could happen, and then well, I didn't know that this was going on because you didn't care about what was going on. If, pay attention. I feel like you should pay attention to people when you with them, or what's the point?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Especially if you laying up with people, like literally.
Like what's the point? That's crazy. I guess use them, get whatever you want, I guess.
The one thing that I can say about me and my past relationships, I had their back 100%. It used to feel good and stuff like that to wake up in the morning, hey baby, get your stuff, let's go to brunch and let's go have a spa day. Hey, let me tell you something, but on spa days the shit be fun. So
know.
Please let men know that.
Yeah, you do. Your feet done and all of that.
What? Hey, look, I don't mind going, baby, we're gonna get pedicures, manicures. Shit, say less going. You driving though.
My little brother do that. I'm so proud of him. He goes and get his hands done. He'll go get his feet done. He'll have his own spa day. He goes shopping for himself.
And I feel like that should be something that you're doing, like when you're single. Like you said, your little brother do that now.
Yep.
For instance, same with my brothers.
Smell good, everything. They keep himself up, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you, and he said he's having a hard time finding male friends because when he does stuff like that, or when he talks about stuff like that, they looking at him sideways like,
I don't know what kind of male friends
like,
you got.
no,
I
I
got
just
some
like to keep
thug ass
myself
gangster homeboys that go to the spa.
Right.
Pistol in their drawers and all, going to the spa. Hey, I want to get that. Hey, make sure you put that clear coat on there. I don't want that other shit. So I can't relate. I can't relate, man. Like I'm surrounded by men who actually understand their women and take care of their women. I just had a hard time keeping my women because once something happens, it's everybody's going separate ways in careers and stuff like that. So I'd be like, man, shit. So it is what it is. But but in the basis of it, when you're in a relationship, your job is to take care of each other. Y'all supposed to have each other back.
Basically, but
y'all gotta have each other back, man. Like that's supposed to be your partner in crime. That's supposed to be like, I'm gonna tell you something. Damien can relate to me. Damien, your damn woman who really love you, she'll go harder for you than your damn homeboys.
Yeah, for real.
Of course.
Now you got some. Now you got some people who put on a good little damn front and shit like that. But
this one, you need to look over that. I don't know about him. You need to look, she be telling you about him.
Man, look, hey, look.
One of the realest. Listen though.
Hey, one of the real, but then sometimes women don't listen to their men either, because men will tell the woman, hey, you need to stay away from that girl, that she up to something, da 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 da. Only later on down the road to realize, damn, he was telling the truth. This girl I'm hanging with a piece of shit. So it goes hand in hand. When you really love your person, or you really love that person who you're with, you're gonna have their back. You're gonna be paying attention to shit that they're not even paying attention to.
Us dudes, we do. Girls sometimes they don't understand what we be doing. We be easing out slow. They don't like when we do that, but they don't be understanding that what we doing. Cause that's what dudes do. We ain't like girls. Girls have a big fight and just stop fussing, stop talking right there today.
Yep.
Us dudes,
what's the point of waiting?
Do that. We gonna know we don't fuck with each other and still be around each other looking at each other.
Weird.
It's stupid. Why? We still
it's stupid. It is stupid, but
ease out like that. Like how dudes do. That's how dudes do. And y'all be girls be trying to tell us stop doing that.
Just stop talking to that nigga for what? Why you easing out?
Right, exactly. See, y'all just want to wash your hands, be over.
But I think that's kind of how we are, period, in life. Women and men being different. I think that's how we are, period.
You're right.
Because like when we want to change something, we doing it right then. It ain't
exactly.
It ain't no.
It's crazy you say that, because when a man and a woman listen to each other, them the ones who successful. The ones who love each other.
They understand the partnership level of the relationship. It's not being the dictator of the relationship. It's telling your partner where they're falling short. It's up to them to take accountability. Like, okay, they feel like XYZ, let me switch this up. But if you see a person is like they change for a little bit and then they go back to doing what they're doing, that's when you know, okay, this person, they just want me comfortable in this relationship. They
Yeah,
not really
that
dedicated
was
to me.
my
They just want me around.
problem in my last
Exactly.
relationship. He would do enough and then he would just stop. And I'm like, nigga, get out.
It's basically just enough to get you to shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know,
And you know, when you're in a
it boils
relationship, it's
down
hard
to
for you to
respect
see that
too.
sometimes.
It is. It take a while for
It's not just
Yeah.
communication, it's understanding, and like you said, it's respect.
you might not
Right.
even times.
Like,
And I think a lot of times you don't see it. It's not necessarily you don't see it, but because they've changed, that you like, oh well, he capable of doing it, or they capable of
Right.
doing it. So maybe that's enough. Like maybe I
That's
should,
that potential.
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
see, that potential will get you
That's
fucked
that
up every time.
manipulation right there.
I was just about to say, it's
Yep.
always been men that's been telling me, stop falling for potential. It's gonna get you fucked up. Where women are
No,
like,
for real.
well, he got potential. I
Not
fucking know
me.
that. We
I
all
don't
know
Waste your
that.
time.
because I ain't telling you to stay with nobody with no potential.
Potential is gonna waste your time every time, man.
Yeah,
Every
potential is gonna
time.
waste your time
Exactly.
because you get hung. You get caught up in the romantic aspect of it actually coming into fruition. What it is they're doing.
Mhm.
Then you wake up and realize it's not a fairy tale. You in a damn
No, for
nightmare.
real.
It's like we could be this, we could be that. If he just did this, we could be. If she just did this,
Y'all
we
in
could
y'all
be.
early
Right.
20s better be listening to this damn podcast. Don't y'all fall for no goddamn potential.
The
Have your
Right.
okie
fun.
But
Waste
see,
of
that
Have
time.
potential
your
also
fun and
laced with a lot
don't
of
have no
seduction and
babies. Have
game
your
as
fun.
well
Do
too. And
not
people
get
fall for
pregnant.
the seduction
Also,
and the game of it.
don't feel like you gotta stay in a relationship. You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody. You ain't gotta prove nothing to that person. You ain't gotta prove nothing to yourself. If you don't want to be with them, and also because I'm speaking specifically to women, you do not need a reason, a big reason to break up with that nigga. He do not need to cheat on you for you to break up with him. He do not need to hit you for you to break. If you don't like that nigga, break up with him. You ain't need
Yeah.
no big
Mhm.
reason. Stop waiting for a reason.
I ain't
Right.
lying.
Same
Y'all
That
thing
see
go
what fuck
for
too.
the
going on
That
woman.
with niggas
too.
out here?
Same
Yeah,
thing
Definitely.
go for
better
the
leave.
men. If you know you don't like her, you know you
Right.
only
Don't waste
tolerate
your
her.
time.
Please leave her the fuck alone.
How
And
stuff
be
happens.
honest up front. That's another thing I hate when people are not honest about their intentions in the beginning. Be very transparent. Let that person know I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm just looking for a good time. Allow that person to determine if they want to deal with you or not. Don't
Exactly.
manipulate them into a situation that you know you're not capable of
They ain't taking
delivering.
that advice. People gonna do that, John. Always.
Yeah, people gonna
I
fall.
be
Yeah, people
telling
gonna do that.
them.
You know.
I can't stand that. That's so annoying.
I
Because
had a
I'm the
man
type
tell
of
me, but
person I
that
don't
mean that we
pretend.
won't get what we want or what we need if we do that. And I'm like, that's the fucking point. That just means you need to find somebody else. It's not
Exactly.
hard. You making it so much
Fact.
But
harder than what
you'll
it
be
is. It's not hard.
they admit that they manipulating you by saying that. Like if
Right.
they
And
admitting
then they
that
get mad that you won't fall for it.
they admit it all the time. Like, but if we tell y'all we don't like this, then y'all not gonna give us a chance. Why you want to be with somebody who wouldn't give you a chance if you were honest with them? What's
I ain't
wrong
gonna
with you?
I'm at the point in my life though, and like I said, it's the age because I was just like that. The guy who y'all was explaining just now was like that. But I'm at the point in my life now though where I don't want anything unless it's more like serious. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna say I don't have fun or I don't date because you need people. I ain't gonna say need people, but it's certain events that you want to go to that you want somebody on your arm as a dude. You know what I mean? But you need a person for that. But as far as somebody who I want to be with, I feel like I can't take that serious unless I can see myself, like I said, like losing my health and you being with me. You know what I mean? Being right there still.
Yeah,
Me going to jail and I can give you my account information, you still keep my credit up and you ain't gonna fuck off on me. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, wait a minute. Now
be
you
with
step
me.
into my
Be
territory
with
with the
me.
jail shit. No, no,
Mm.
no,
Bro,
no,
you go to
That's
jail. That's just it. That's
that.
just your ass. Because what you was doing.
no.
That's just your ass. Like
To be in
now,
a
if it
Damon,
was different, if
no.
it's a different situation other than them just putting us in jail because they want us in jail. Now, if it ain't nothing like that, you just that's just your ass. I will take your account information and put it towards your books or do whatever it is that needs to be done to help get you out them couple of
relationship.
days. But
I'm saying,
after that, if it still ain't there, you still ain't got the money, your
I
family
mean,
ain't, you just ass. That's just your ass.
date you. I could date you because at least you being honest about, I can feel that. But
I mean, if I'm dating
be
you
with somebody, I'm
like
talking,
Van said, but if we
that's
like married, that's different.
and I think that's
even then, my husband got exactly 1 year to get his ass out, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to get his ass out. And if he ain't out in that year, look, I love you. I'll keep the name for now, but this ain't gonna work. No.
Hey, I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I can't stand. Like I just posted on Facebook today. I love talking to niggas in jail because they always know how to have a conversation. But, bro,
the only reason that shit gonna work right now is because a person like me, I don't give a fuck about dating. I don't care about finding nobody else. I'm not worried about it. It is not even on my list of things I want or need to do in life. But I give him a solid year. Sir, if your ass ain't in this house in a year, that's it.
That's reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
Oh, wait a minute. Some cases and stuff like that can take longer than a year, especially if they found innocent. I remember a gentleman that was on probation.
She don't care, bro. She don't care. You talking about?
I hear you, but hear me out though. I remember just a little case. I'm gonna get straight to it. Dude defended his family in a situation, but because he was already a convicted felon and stuff like that, he had to go back to jail for like about 2-3 years or whatever. Shit, that joker been in my class crying about that girl, by his wife every other day because she cleaned his bank accounts and everything out and haul ass. So and he defended them.
But we not about to act like that's the average because women be
that's not the average.
Women be waiting for their men to. I saw a whole freaking comment section of TikTok. Somebody was making a video about they got a freaking group like them waiting on their niggas in prison.
You can't blame nobody because
I didn't say I would stop helping.
You can't blame
because try to help, but as far as that relationship, that shit dead. Like we are co-parenting as best as possible through these letters and these visits. All right.
I feel like you can't blame nobody because that's the purpose of dating. You got to date people. You got to know. You got to put in time. You know what I mean? You got to know.
Man said, bro, after you get locked up, that's it. But that's kind of how I feel. If you ain't you can be free, and if me and you could be out free, and if I ain't talked to you in some years or a year, time's out for that. You might as well forgot you know me. It ain't no cover. Like I just,
I guarantee
my man will be single within the first 3 months of me being locked up. Hell no, you get a year. That's more than what I'm pretty sure I would get. You get a year.
But they ain't gonna do that job for you. Like men love that loyalty.
Out in the streets the next week.
Niggas love a woman who gonna be loyal, but they ain't gonna do the same thing.
Oh,
exactly.
I don't know now. Look at Pat Poose.
One nigga, shut up, please, and stop calling his name. One person.
Wow.
Compared to the thousands of women who be, I'm not doing that.
Dudes that get locked up compared to the women that
that's true, but at the same time,
Pat Poose is a great representation of a
one person. No, he not. No, he not. Because y'all would do it.
Now, if you could name 10 right off bat, that would be a different story.
Huh?
Right, Van. Right.
I didn't hear you, Van. What you say?
I said if you name 10 men right off the bat, that would be a different story. You got one.
I can give you 30, but I can't speak the names.
One black man. That's it.
And that's only because they rich and they famous. Because I don't feel like if they was regular, he would do that.
Shit, I can name you 30, but you're right though. All of them ain't black though.
See,
name a black.
My man is black. I mean, he mixed, but he black.
I give y'all some time.
Hey, Damien,
anyways, let's move on because we done been talking for about 2 hours. So let's reel it back in. We're gonna skip story time because we did
enough of that.
It's a little long, so we're gonna go straight to wealthy health. Do any of you have any type of thing that you want to promote for people to use for whatever they're going through, any issues or whatever they're going through? A book, a podcast, whatever.
I got therapy, which I believe we all know has its benefits.
Right.
I'm in therapy. Yay. I know people in therapy. Yay. These are Black people, by the way, with Black therapists. So again, yay for us. But there is a page on Instagram that I want people to look into if you got like hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. It's called, I want to say Gentle Oasis. I'm gonna have to look at it and see, but I think it's Gentle Oasis on Instagram. Um, gets rid of your dark spots and all that good stuff really well. Makes your skin super soft.
Okay, we'll put it in the description.
I would say, health wise, just put yourself first in any and every situation. Don't allow people to drain you of your energy and your emotional support. Definitely go to therapy, like Van said. Take time out to yourself. You need to also date yourself. Don't get so caught up into being there for everybody else. Definitely get to know who you are, your likes, dislikes, because a lot of us don't really know who we are or what we want. So
Right.
definitely take time to sit down, get to know you. I would say if you're depressed, when I was going through something for females, there is this preacher, even if you're not spiritual, just look into some of her segments on YouTube, and she's on Instagram. Her name is Sarah Jake Roberts. She is TD Jake's youngest daughter. And if you're a male, whether you're spiritual or not, Creflo Dollar, he's a pastor and he was a therapist before being a pastor, and he had some real great segments on depression. So definitely look into those. Beauty wise, yeah, I'm gonna come back to that because I have to look into some of the beauty pages I follow.
Okay. That's a lot of good information though from y'all. Definitely follow the advice, especially to get to know yourself and the things that you like and the things that you don't like, what serves you, what doesn't serve you in all aspects of your life, the environment that you're in, your social life, your work life, your home life, all of those aspects to work on, not just one area, because all of those areas, you need to be as healthy as possible in all of those areas.
Right. And also don't, like Boonie said earlier, don't ever get caught up, in your situation. There's always room for improvement. You don't like the way you look. It's things you can do non-surgically to get right. You can lose weight. Don't ever, feel depressed about your current situation. Because like Brent said earlier, we have our highs, we have our lows. We be up one minute, we be down the next. It's a part of life. Don't get caught up in social media. It's a facade, it's an illusion. None of those people are that happy. And if they are, I congratulate them.
Okay, so we don't have any questions. So we're going to move on to the before that, I said that I wanted to ask all y'all a question when we got on. And after that, like just answer. After that, then we'll move on. But I was watching was it Poor Minds? I think Poor Minds, and one of the hosts on there asked, they had a male guest, and they asked, in a situation where you have a partner and they cheat on you, would you rather them cheat on you emotionally or physically?
Physically.
I would say, oh,
Go ahead, Nadia.
I would say emotionally.
Brent. Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to explain why I say emotionally, because if you cheat on me emotionally, that shows me that there's somewhere emotionally that I'm lacking, and you decide to go to somewhere else. But if you cheat on me physically, for me personally, we can't come back after that. Like, you actually went outside of the relationship. Emotionally, you're just talking. Physically, you actually went through the act. So that shows me where I stand in your life. So that's why I say emotionally.
Okay, Brent.
How about neither?
No, you gotta pick one.
No, I can't pick one because emotional.
You have to pick one because that's the question. Physical.
I think neither.
Just pick one, bro.
All right, shit.
It's for statistical purposes.
I can't answer that, so let's go ahead and go to the next person.
It's for statistical purposes. Like, it ain't that deep.
I mean, I know, but what I'm saying is I'd rather not be cheated on at all.
None of us do. Like nobody want to be cheated on at all. But like, if you could choose, like, which one will you be more lenient, I guess, on the person with? Like, if they cheated emotionally or physically, like, is there no coming back from neither one? Or you, if they did it physically, you would be more lenient on them than you would if it was emotionally.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Go to somebody else on that one, Boonie. It's hard for me to answer. It's hard for me to answer that question because both of those are deal breakers for me.
Cheating is deal breakers for, I think, everybody. Okay,
Right.
Damien, how you feel?
I'm with Brent on this.
Okay. Cheating is a deal breaker for me, but emotionally, I ain't gonna, I mean, I'm gonna break up with you either way. But at least emotionally, I'll be like, okay, he fell in love with somebody. Or because when I say emotionally, I'm not talking about like them just getting comforted. I mean like them falling for somebody else. Like you fell in love with somebody. I can understand you emotionally falling for somebody rather than you physically, like you having sex with somebody that you don't have no feelings for. I feel like people feel like having sex means nothing, and like it's just the physical act of it. So like it's cool, like it didn't mean nothing to you, but if it did mean something, then I care. I feel like if you're willing to jeopardize our relationship just to have an orgasm, I can't respect you. I'm never going to respect you, and the relationship would never be the same. I can understand if you fell in love with somebody or if you got attached to somebody in some type of way. Like I said, I'm still gonna break up with you, but I'll be like, all right, I get it. You fell in love, but bye. That's it. Okay, so the last segment is living in fear every day, which is everybody will say one thing that scares them about being Black, and we're gonna close it like that.
Okay, one thing
My
that
answer is still the same from last time. Is my biggest fear is as a Black woman with a Black son, something happening to him.
Okay. Go ahead, Nadia.
okay, for me, as a Black woman, it's my disadvantages because I recognize that I have two strikes against me, one being Black, the second one being a woman.
Okay. Brent, Damien, which one? Whichever one of y'all.
I fear not leaving the legacy.
My biggest fear is like how it was before, feeling inadequate for my people.
Okay. And mine is um not fulfilling my purpose, what I'm supposed to be doing in life. Like I do feel like it's important to still strive for it and still go after it, but not fulfilling it is something that I fear as well. But this episode has been really good. We did talk for a long time, but I feel like it's still loadable. I feel like it hasn't been too bad. But if it is, I'll cut it into two parts or whatever. But I enjoyed the conversations that we had. I thank y'all again for joining me to have these conversations because I think it's important for us to continue to talk about stuff like this. And um we'll try to be consistent, like I said in the last video. You know, the holidays are coming up, so we might not have an episode maybe for like a week or two, but you know, we gonna try to be consistent. But thank y'all for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if y'all have any questions, y'all want any advice from us, don't forget to email us at socialpsychopod@gmail.com. And you can ask any question. It could be about anything. We'll do our best to try to give you the advice. But thanks for watching, and I hope y'all tune in to the next one.
No comments.
Yeah, get in the comments and let us know how y'all feel about the things that we talked about.
All right, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, that too. But thank y'all.
Bye.
We'll see y'all in the next one.